Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jade. I am the founder of Soul Searchers. A couple times a week, what we do is we get on here, we do some live tarot or oracle card readings for the collective, and then we do a couple of individual card pulls, depending on how many people we have, if anyone's interested, etc. If you have any questions as we go along, please feel free to ask. Leave them in the comments. Say hi when you hop on. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to comment #replay. I love to hear from you guys. If I don't respond right away, don't worry. I will respond as soon as I see it. If it is anything more personal, you're always welcome to message me via the Soul Searchers Facebook page, and I will answer any questions that you have. Good morning, Angelique. Hello. I told you I was getting back in the swing of things, trying to get back on a schedule. I just got a little notification that my computer wants to restart, but we're not going to let it. It can wait. Okay. How are you this morning, darling? Good, I hope. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get our music started so it's not just like dead silent in the background. And then we'll get going with like the collective reading and such. Okay. Banners. All right. I am good. I have my little really bad for you McDonald's caramel frappuccino or caramel frappe, whatever they call it. Living my best life. I'm at my best friend's house, so I'm doing good. Okay. I'm getting like all the pop-ups right now. There we go. Okay. It's like my computer wants to do like all the updates and stuff right now as soon as I go live. It's fine. We'll just do it afterwards. Not a big deal. Okay. All right, we got our music, we got our banner, I got my coffee and my water. Let's go ahead and get our cards ready for the collective. Yeah, Mom, I would hope that you know me. You did birth me, so that is a thing. It's good to see you too. I love you. For anyone who doesn't know, Tina's my mom. She's pretty great. Okay. That just made me happy. Angelique, thank you. I think so too. I am kind of biased though because I'm basically her clone. So I don't know. All right. Let's see. What does the collective need to hear this morning? Thanks for saying hi, Mom. Have a good day at work. All right. Let's see. What does the collective need to hear this morning? All right. All right. Let's see. So our reading for the collective is going to come from the Work Your Light Oracle this morning. Let's see what we have. What does the collective need to hear today? And for anyone new who's hopped on, please feel free to say hi. I'd love to chat with you all. The comments are a little bit delayed, so from the time you send the comment to the time I respond, it'll probably be about 5 to 10 seconds, just because I haven't seen it yet. But as soon as I see it, I will respond. And if I've moved on, I will come back to it. All right, let's see. What does the collective need to hear? This one. Okay. So our first card this morning is actually one of my favorites. And I think it's just a funny. So it says, ooh, I don't know if you can see that. The light's a little, there we go. It says, trust the niggle. It's like, trust your intuition. Trust that little like nagging feeling. I think that's such a weird word to use for it, but it's like super silly. And it says, what is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? Like, what is that nudging feeling trying to tell you? What is your intuition trying to bring to the forefront of your mind, right? We go through life and we get these like instances where you know something, you just don't know how you know it. That's your intuition. Or when you go and you walk in somewhere and you're like, I feel like this is not a good situation. I don't know why yet, but I'm going to go. And then right after you leave, something crazy happens. That's your intuition. And what this card is telling us right now is we really need to lean into that intuition, lean into those intuitive nudges and really open ourselves up to them, right? Because a lot of times we get those weird feelings, those gut feelings, and we're like, oh no, I'm just being paranoid. Or, we try and kind of logically explain it away, and we're missing out on those intuitive nudges that are there to help us and guide us and keep us from getting into like really bad situations, or are trying to like lead us in a positive direction, or kind of like a detour on our life path, right? Like when you decide to start something new out of nowhere and you're like, you know what, I think I need to like start a whole new career, or, and you don't know why, you don't know where the idea came from. It just kind of pops up. That is your intuition trying to guide you. And what this card is saying is we really need to start trusting and leaning into that and following our intuition, listen to those intuitive nudges, and just go with it, roll, like go with the flow. And I know that's hard because, as human beings, we get very wrapped up in our ego, in our human mind, kind of like on that hamster wheel of life of like, I have to analyze everything. I have to make sure I have a logical explanation and reason. And, I'm going through life and I have to make sure I plan everything. But realistically, you can't plan everything. You cannot micromanage the universe. I tell you guys this all the time. You have to just let it happen. Let the universe do what it's meant to be doing and keep going on your journey. You can't control it all. So I hope that makes sense. Again, trust your intuition, trust that nudging feeling, and know that, this is what you're meant to be doing. This is what you're meant to be listening to. It is guiding you in the right direction. Y'all, my hair is crazy today. I'm sorry. I have it down because I didn't feel like having a crazy bun today. And now I'm looking at it. I'm like, ooh, it's fine. So that was our first card for the collective. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, Angelique, I'm just seeing your other comment telling my mom she raised a great one. I'm sure she loves that. Okay. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to do one more for the collective, and then we'll do some individual ones. Today's probably going to be a short day, but that's not a big deal. Okay. Our next card for the collective is going to come from the Angels and Ancestors deck, which is one of my faves. Let's see. What else does the collective need to hear this morning? Also, can you all hear the music? Is it too loud, too quiet? Let me know. I don't want to bust anyone's eardrums. And I want to make sure y'all can still hear me. All right. Okay, so our next card for the collective is Autumn. Okay, and it says to release the old and to rest, which is really important right now. I think as a collective with everything going on, we have had a crazy past year, 2020, lots of ups and downs, basically a roller coaster ride. Beginning of 21, we're still kind of on that roller coaster ride. It's going to continue. It's not going to be as hectic or as crazy. Oh no, my light died. It's fine. We're just having all sorts of technical difficulties this morning. It's okay though. Lost my train of thought. Right. So the world's been crazy. We've been on a roller coaster ride. Everything's been very up and down. But it's going to start evening out. It's still going to be a little bumpy. But we all expected that, right? We expected things to slowly get better, still be a little crazy. That's nothing new. But it's definitely time to release all those negative feelings that are no longer serving us, that negative energy, negative patterns of behavior. Basically anything that's no longer serving our highest good, that's no longer encouraging us to be a better version of ourselves, right? Because that's our end goal really, is to be the best and highest version of ourselves that we can be. But now it's time to really release what's not helping us to do that. And, we've had a lot of pent up negative energy over this past year. And, with all the chaos that's occurred. But it's really slowly pushed us into being a better version of ourselves. And for those individuals that are kind of ignoring that uncomfortable feeling, that need to change, those intuitive nudges that are encouraging them to grow and to be better, they're just going to continually get more and more uncomfortable until they make that choice to change, right? Until they make that choice to continue to grow and become better and really align themselves with their purpose and their soul, right? And live out of that heart center, out of unconditional love. Which is, honestly, we've all done it at some point. I know I have. I know plenty of other people who have. This isn't, any kind of judgment. It's just when you are ready, you will make that decision to let go of what's no longer serving you and continue to grow. But remember to give yourself some leeway, some grace. Nothing happens overnight, okay? You're going to still need to take those self-care days and to rest. And you're going to have a lot of chaotic emotions. You're going to be really all over the place as you grow and kind of step into that higher version of yourself, that best version of yourself. It's not an overnight thing. Like I said, you still have to do the shadow work. You still have to work through your traumas. You still have to process everything that you've experienced, right? It's not instantaneous. But trust your intuition, follow your intuition, and you'll get exactly where you're supposed to be. All right. Just don't forget to rest, take care of yourself, drink lots of water. I know I tell you guys this all the time. You're probably tired of hearing it, but drink your water. It's so important. Okay, so that is the second card for the collective. Again, it is Autumn. Release the old and rest. Okay, now that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go into some individual cards. So if anyone would like a card, let me know. I'm going to change our banner. We're just going to do one card readings this morning. The usual, nothing crazy. And then in a couple days, we'll probably do some donation-based readings. But today, we're just doing the individual ones. So let me know if you would like a card. I'm going to show you the decks I have with me. And then if you guys would, if you have a preference on which deck you would like, let me know. I have the Saints and Angels, the Angels and Ancestors, which we've used, the Keepers of the Light, and the Work Your Light Oracle deck, which we also already. Angelique. Absolutely. Good morning, Shiloh. How are you? Okay. Angelique, do you have a preference, my dear, or just whatever I'm drawn to? Sorry, the lid popped off my drink. Okay, Shiloh. I'll make sure to use that one for you. I figured, Angelique. I have to ask. Yeah, Shiloh, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm happy to see you this morning. How are things going with your business and with your kiddos and all that good stuff? Yeah, Angelique, I think it will. For you, my dear, we're going to go with the Keepers of the Light. Angelique, your energy is very peaceful this morning. Like very just calm and content and like just kind of confident and happy in yourself and like where you're at. It feels very nice. Everything is going great. Good. I'm so glad. I saw that you're now doing boudoir photography, Shiloh. I'm so excited about that. That makes me so happy. Like I feel like that's perfect for you. And I'm good. Just trying to get back on schedule, live my best life. You know I'm so bad at keeping on a schedule. Introducing different kind of piece for me. Yeah, that makes sense, Angelique. I just feel like your energy is just very peaceful this morning. You're just very calm. Yeah, like I said, calm, content, very confident. Just very relaxed. You know what I mean? Like, when you just have a peace come over here and you're just like, it doesn't even matter what happens right now because I'm good. I'm peaceful. I'm happy. I'm living my best life. Nothing like the world could be on fire right now and I'd be good to go. Like, I just feel like it's like that kind of peaceful. Like everything is good. Okay. What does Angelique need to hear this morning? I always love reading for you, Angelique. Okay. My dear, your card this morning is the Lady Portia, Divine Order. And I don't know if you can read that bottom part, but it says, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And once again, just like, usual, I feel like you already know this. I feel like you're already aware of what's going on. You've been doing your shadow work. You've been making progress. You've really been looking at yourself on a, not just a spiritual level, not just on a spiritual level, but mentally, emotionally, physically as a whole. As human beings, we tend to kind of only focus on one aspect at a time. And we kind of forget that we are a multidimensional being. There are more aspects to us. But you've kind of figured that out. You for a very long time were only looking at one part of yourself at a time. And now you're really seeing, okay, hold on. I need to look at myself as a whole being, as a multidimensional being, because that's exactly what I am. And you're really starting to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. You're starting to see your potential and your gifts, and everything's really starting to unfold for you. And like I said, you've got this peace. Like your energy is very peaceful. Good morning, Elena. And you're learning how to be the best version of yourself for yourself, not for everybody else. And I'm just so proud of you and so happy for you because I can feel it. I can feel you're much lighter. Before, when we started this journey, when, we started doing these readings together, your energy was very heavy. You were feeling very weighed down and stressed, and you've progressed so much. And this for you is really just a confirmation that, you're learning as you go and you're continuing to have grace for yourself and you're not putting all that pressure on yourself that you were before. because you're seeing how, your life is now unfolding with all the progress that you've made, and you're starting to open up to your gifts and to trust yourself, which has been really hard for you. But you've really started to trust yourself and trust your own intuition and trust your own gifts. And you're blossoming. You're really blooming right now. And your guides are just really proud of you, and they want you to know that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. There's no, how do I put this? There's no like guidebook. There's no like next step. Because you're already on the right path. You're already doing what you need to do. Okay, it's all connected. Balance was hard, causing chaos, trying to see where to start. Yep. Yes, exactly. Elena, I will add you to the list. Good morning, Jen. How are you? I didn't trust anyone. People are. No, really, Anjali, your energy has significantly shifted. And that it doesn't really have anything to do with anyone else. Like, excuse me. It's all about like the processing and internal work that you've done. And because, you could come across the most trustworthy person who is a great, individual, who's very good, kind, caring, loving, like this ideal person. And you still wouldn't have trusted them because of your own experiences and your own traumas, and that level of distrust and those like thickness and height of the walls that you built was just a lot. It was very heavy, but you've put in the work to deal with that, to process your own experiences and traumas, and, learn from the experiences and patterns of behavior that you've previously had. And you're creating these new patterns for yourself, but also for your children and your children's children, etc. You know what I mean? You've done so much work to get to this peaceful energy that you're in right now. Now that doesn't mean that you're gonna, be peaceful all the time. Let's be realistic. We all have our ups and downs, but really embrace and enjoy where you're at right now, and just like revel in this peacefulness because you've earned it. So today was really just a huge confirmation for you. Like, there's nothing looming. There's nothing crazy coming up immediately that you need to know about. It's really just, you've just done a lot, and your guides are really proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. So learning to love people as they are. Yes, exactly. Oh, absolutely. It was definitely a control thing, Angelique. But like I tell you, and I tell everyone else, you cannot micromanage the universe. You cannot control everything. We just kind of got to go with the flow. And I have to remind myself all the time too, I'm a control freak. It's just, things are going to happen the way they're meant to happen, Exactly. Yep. Reflection. Okay. So again, that's your card, my dear. It is the Lady Portia. I would also recommend looking her up. I think there's something for you in her story. But it is the Divine Order. And it says, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. But really for you, it's you've learned the lesson you needed. There will always be more. But for you, it really was about that trust and trusting yourself, right? Regardless of what's going on around you. So, okay. All right. Yeah, you just feel very peaceful, a lot lighter. Sheila Bennett Campbell made for pieces. Let that shit go. Oh, I love that. I actually have a doormat. Well, it's supposed to be like a front doormat, but I put it in my bathroom, and it's got like Buddha, and he's like meditating, and it says, let that shit go. And I got my mom one too, and she put it in front of the front door. I love that. Okay. Next we have Shiloh. Shiloh, are you still here, my dear? Okay, and Shiloh wanted the Work Your Light. Okay, let's see. Shiloh. And just a reminder for everybody, the comments are a little bit delayed. So from the time you leave the comment till the time I see it, it'll probably be about 5 to 10 seconds. But don't worry, as soon as I see it, I will respond. And there is Shiloh. Okay, perfect. All right. What does Shiloh need to hear this morning? And then after Shiloh, we have Elena. Okay. Yeah, this one's super important. All right, Shiloh, your card is boundaries. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? And I think this is really important. The imagery on this one is, I don't know if you can really see that. It's not really focusing on it how I would like it to. But you can see all those hands kind of like reaching for the woman in the center. Like everyone wants something. Everyone needs something from her. And I feel like that's really big for you right now. I think you have been taking the steps towards really living your life for you. But you're such a loving and caring person. You're always trying to help everyone else and be there for everyone else and really support everyone around you. But you need to support yourself. It's like you know what your boundaries are, you know what you want them to be, but you have a very hard time sticking to them. You have a hard time saying no to people just because you really want to help out of it's really out of love. You just really care about people and you want to help. But you have to start saying no. You have to start really sticking to your boundaries of, yes, I really want to help you, but unfortunately, like I just have too much going on in my own life and I still need to have time for myself, because it's like what I'm seeing, it's like a schedule and it's like every second is like booked and you have no time for yourself. And then someone's like, oh no, Shiloh, I need this. And you're like, okay, I can fit you in here. But now you have even less time. You know what I'm saying? Like you move stuff around for other people and you make room for other people, but you don't make room for yourself. Like you really need to start making time for yourself. And I know that is easier said than done, right? Because, you genuinely are very loving and you really want to help people and be there for them. And you have people that, want to help you and be there for you, but you have a hard time accepting that same kind of help and support from other people, no matter who it is. And that's kind of really where you have to find that balance. Hold on. Okay, so you were just having this conversation with yourself yesterday. Yes, absolutely. You do need that balance. And I think for you, once you kind of... Okay, how do I... words are hard. 1 second. So what I'm receiving for you, Shiloh, honestly, is that you need to put time in your schedule every single day, whether it's, just 30 minutes or an hour, but you need to take at least 30 minutes just for yourself. If it's just to sit and have like an iced coffee or read a book or just to sit and do nothing for 30 minutes just for yourself, you have to schedule yourself in, because you have so much going on. And if you don't schedule yourself in, you're not going to take time for you. And you're just going to keep, taking care of everyone else and not taking care of yourself. And when you do that, you're showing up less in every other aspect of your life. But good morning, Kayla. But when you show up 100% for yourself, and you take the time to care for yourself and recharge and re-energize, then you can show up better, in the other aspects of your life, as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, as a sister, as a business owner. You show up 100% in those areas because you're showing up 100% for yourself. And I think that's really important for you right now. So again, the kind of boundaries you want to have, what you need to do. It's just a matter of doing it. And you really have to make yourself a priority. And I think you've been trying. I think you've been really trying to put yourself first, but you've been putting yourself first to help others, if that makes sense. It's like you're trying to get on track so that you can be a better mom or be a better wife or be, better in these other aspects. But what it needs to be is you're putting yourself first for yourself, not for anybody else. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. But it's definitely time for you to find that balance and to schedule time for yourself and put yourself first, and stand by those boundaries. Because as much as you love everyone else, they love you too, and they understand that you need that balance. And telling them no is okay. You are allowed to say no sometimes. And the people who genuinely love you and care for you will understand, and they will not be upset by that. So again, Shiloh, that is your card. Boundaries. You can only give so much. Okay. Next, we have Elena. All right. Are you still here, Elena? And do you have a preference on decks? I don't know if you saw which ones I have, but I have the Work Your Light. I have the Keepers of the Light. I have the Saints and Angels and the Angels and Ancestors. Those are the only ones I have with me right now. You're so welcome, Shiloh. I'm glad that resonates and that made sense for you. Okay, Elena, whichever deck you choose, obviously I'm going to pull you a card, but I also want to tell you, do you have the Starseed deck, Elena? I think you have the Starseed deck, right? Because I feel like you need to pull one from the Starseed for yourself. I don't have it with me, otherwise I'd pull one for you. But Shiloh, this is the card. Ooh, I don't know if you can. It is Boundaries. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Elena, I would definitely say for you need to get that deck. Because like the second I was, going through and looking at them and yeah, it just came through and was like Starseed. Elena needs a Starseed card. But I definitely think you need to buy that deck for yourself because there's a lot in there for you. That was so weird, but like weird in a cool way. Anywho. All right, Elena, Saints and Angels. What does Elena need to hear? And then after Elena, we have Kayla. All right, so let's see. Okay. Elena. Okay. All right, Elena, your card is Miracle, and it is Christ. I don't know if you can see that very well. I don't know what's going on specifically, Elena. But I feel like this is family related. I feel like there might be something going on in your family or with someone in particular in your family. And I think the easiest way for me to explain this is just to tell you what I'm seeing. Yeah, because what I'm seeing is like you, and it's like your mom, your sister, it's like your family kind of around, like in a circle sort of. And it's like you're all like standing around one. I don't know if it's one person or two people. Or two people that are like very connected. But the point is your family is like standing in a circle and it's around someone. And it's like everyone's just very emotional. There's a lot of happy tears, happy crying, like very connected. But there's like an overall sense of like relief and like it's like something crazy was going on, but then it like the hard or like the scary time is like past, and now we're just in this like bubble of just like happiness and relief and like just love, a lot of love. So I don't know if this is something that's happened recently or if it's coming up. Time is relative, and I'm so bad at pinpointing time frames when I'm receiving stuff. It's something I'm working on. Yeah, but there's just a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and like I just feel like a lot of happiness and relief. Just like blessings, kind of. Like just feeling very blessed and like thankful and yeah, all that. So I don't know what's going on, but that's what I'm seeing for you. And I wish I could give you more details. But that's what's coming through. So I feel like maybe it's like a grandparent or grandparents in the center of this circle. It's definitely someone older. Has anyone been sick recently? Or maybe like thought they were sick? I don't know. I just I'm feeling just very, like I said, a lot of relief and happiness, and just your family being very connected and grateful and like thankful, and just feeling very blessed. So I don't know what it's referring to, but that's what I'm seeing. Which I mean, it feels very positive. It sounds like it's a positive thing. I wish I could tell you who it was, but it's definitely. Yeah. I don't feel like it's any of the women in your family though. I feel a very like masculine energy. That's all I've got for that one. Yeah. It's a very interesting feeling. Like I wish I was like an artist and I could like draw you a picture of what I'm seeing. But okay, interesting. No one's sick right now. Yeah, anything could happen. That it could be a reincarnation thing. But I'm not sure. But your card again was miracle and Christ, so it could be. But that's what's coming through for you. I feel like for you, a lot of times I get like future stuff that hasn't happened yet. Whereas with most people, I get like present, like what's going on right now, what they're feeling, what they're experiencing. But for you, I feel like whenever I pull cards for you, I got a lot of future stuff. But I don't have a time frame. So that's what you got. I hope that makes sense. let me know if something happens. I think I'm going to pull you another one, though. Yeah, I'm going to pull you another one. But this one I'm going to pull from the Keepers of the Light. And then after you is Kayla. And I'm going to go ahead and change this banner really quick. Because Kayla will probably be my last person. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, I don't think I missed anyone. Okay. All right, Elena. Maybe this one will give us some clarification. Elena. What does Elena need to know? That's so funny. I literally just pulled this card. And I just shuffled the crap out of those. So I think it's really funny that you just got this same card. But it is the Lady Portia, and it says Divine Order. And it says, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. So for you, excuse me, for this one, it's very similar. So you are very open and very self-aware and aware of your surroundings and the energy around you. And just very aware in general of how things are unfolding in your life, in your environment. And I feel like you're constantly taking everything as, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to grow, and be better? Or kind of how can I use this to like make everything around me better, to kind of create the environment that best serves you and best serves your growth and like your highest good. And you're very big about creating like a high vibe environment for yourself and for your family, and really taking everything that happens as an opportunity versus, you don't like wallow in stuff like, oh, poor me, like this is happening to me. You take things as, this is happening for me. How do I take this and use it for my benefit, right? How do I learn and grow? And for you, I think this is really, just like with the last person, a confirmation that you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. You're learning as you go. You're taking everything that the universe is throwing at you and you're using it for your highest good. You're not, ignoring it. You're not pushing it to the side or kind of staying in those patterns of behavior that are no longer serving you. You're acknowledging them and breaking those cycles and growing and moving forward. And that's exactly what you're meant to be doing. But I would definitely say, just like with Angelique, look up the Lady Portia, because I feel like there's a something in that story for you. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. Next, we have Kayla. Are you still here, Kayla? You're welcome, Elena. I hope that makes sense. I know that first card was different. I got to work on my timelines and figuring out, time frames and such. Okay, there's Kayla. Kayla, do you have a preference on which deck you would like, or just whatever I'm feeling drawn to? Oh, never mind. There's your comment. Okay, you can choose any deck. Kayla. What does Kayla need to hear this morning? Kayla, for you, we're going to go with the angels and ancestors. All right, what does Kayla need to hear this morning? All right, Kayla, your card is the Star Ancestor, and it says follow the voice of your soul. And as soon as I pulled that out for you, what I heard was follow your intuition, listen to your intuition. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure what the situation is in your life right now. And I tell everyone this quite frequently. I don't know your life story unless you tell me. I can't tell you what color shirt you're wearing. I'm not that kind of psychic. But what I can tell you is your guides are very adamant about you trusting yourself and trusting your intuition and really connecting on a deeper level with your own higher knowing and your higher self. So again, I don't know the situation. I don't know what's going on. But I feel like there are some questions, like some very deep questions, like your path in life, what you're meant to be doing, like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, like what it's like you're trying to find yourself, like you're trying to connect with yourself, with your soul. But it's like your logical brain is kind of getting in the way, like your human mind, that hamster wheel of life kind of brain is kind of getting in your way. It's slowing you down. You kind of have to push it to the side and be like, okay, we're not logically explaining everything. We're not overanalyzing. We're not putting all this pressure on ourselves. Literally just listening to our intuition and letting it flow. We're rolling with it. A lot of times I feel like we kind of get wrapped up in, it's like, how do I put it? It's essentially like you're overanalyzing everything that you're feeling and thinking, and putting a lot of pressure on yourself as far as your spiritual growth. And the more pressure you put on yourself, the harder it is, and the less you're noticing the breakthroughs that you are having. So you kind of just gotta let go a little bit. Just trust your intuition, trust that you have the answers, trust that you know what you're meant to be doing. Your soul knows, okay? You don't have to overanalyze and logically figure it out and plan everything and all of that. Like, there's just no way for your brain to really comprehend on a soul level. Your soul knows, your soul gets it. You just kind of have to let it happen and trust yourself and trust your soul and trust that everything is divinely guided. Your path is laid out and you will end up exactly where you're meant to be, which I know is easier said than done. But for you, I think that's really important right now. So I don't know what specifically is happening in your life at the moment. But I definitely would say as far as your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey is concerned, it's definitely important for you to really just trust your intuition, roll with it, go with the flow, and just trust the universe. You can't micromanage everything. You can't plan it out. Don't let, your analytical brain get in the way. Yeah. So that is your card this morning, my dear. I hope that makes sense. It is the Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. Also, drink water. I don't know why, but I just drink lots of water. That was weird. Anyways, I mean, water's good for you. So I could see why they would tell you to drink water. But it also helps to like that energetic flow, that flow of energy. The more hydrated you are, the better your energy is going to like flow through your system. Like it's not going to get caught up anywhere or really blocked as much. I hope that makes sense. Okay, cool. Glad that makes sense. And yeah, I don't know. I was putting the card down and I was just drink lots of water. Okay, cool. Drink water. Got it. Anywho. Okay. So Kayla was my last person for the morning. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me and allowing me to read for you. It is always a blessing. Excuse me. I always enjoy it. And I should be on again in a few days. So I will see you next time. If you have any questions about any of the cards that were pulled or anything that we talked about, please feel free to leave a comment. If it's something more personal, you're always welcome to message me via the Soul Searchers Facebook page, and I will gladly get back to you as soon as I see your message. So I will talk to you all later and see you next time. Bye.